importance of different particulate matter types, for example, black carbon, elemental carbon, ultrafine particles, particles originated from sand and dust storms. However, there are no clear facts that can be used to set air quality guidelines for these specific particles. So we need to study more on the role of different types of particles and the consequences of our health. Unfortunately, we need to talk about current situation and in Ukraine, and I'm really proud by this article, which has been released in 2025 with the co-authorship of the Astronomical Observatory of our university. And here, as you can see, the researchers study the impact of military activity on atmospheric aerosol characteristics in Ukraine and Kyiv city. This study analyzes changes in pollutants such as black carbon, particulate matter, and sulfides. And as you can see, this analytics came from the list of World Health Organization. And you can see that level of PM 2.5 increased in Eastern conflict zones, correlating with the military intensity. Also, the war initiated by Russia to seize Ukrainian territory has had significant environmental consequences. Burning oil depots, military equipment, projectiles, and various weapons has released tons of pollutants into water, body soil, and the atmosphere. This study investigates the impact on air quality based on available remote sensing observations. And in this context, we understand that the future of citizens of Ukraine who are living on this territory for the long period of time will be affected by this air pollutant. And then we study the literature from different regions which were affected by the war. The research data showed that even in 10 years, still the contamination of the soil has a high level of fine particles matter. Okay, if we go more detail in the subject of the research, we can see that particle matters difference by the size. And of course, it's clear if we have the lower size, it more easily can be distributed among our body. And here on this picture, we can see, of course, mostly we can inhale or digest the particles matter with the water or with the food. And the PM with size 10 is restricted to the upper airway and digestive system, but PM 2.5 and nanosize PM can be inhaled deeply into the lungs, translocate epithelial barriers, and gain access to the multiply organ system. Because of that, I would like to point it out the systemic review published in 2023 in the Science of the Total Environmental. Their researchers try to analyze all articles published between the February 1982 and January 2023, and the main topic which researchers would like to cover it in their systemic review, how the ambient particle air pollution affect the intestinal microbiome and how this connected to their health of the human. And initially, so far, this is only such a prominent review with the detailed analysis. And we can see that not too many real data on the real mechanism of the air pollutant on our body and the microbiome. The researchers finally found only 48 original English articles relevant to the human health. And from these 48 articles, only 2 articles related really to the in vitro research or research connected to their mechanism. And on this slide, you can see the main conclusions from this systemic review. And you can see that authors concluded that intestinal microbiome diversity indices, they are generally negatively associated with particulate air pollution in epidemiological studies. And also they found that no unequivocal effect of ambient particulate air pollution exposure on bacterial indexes and taxa in animal studies. Only one study in humans examined a possible underlying mechanism. And in vitro and animal studies, and we remember that it's only 2 studies, depicted higher gut damage, inflammation, oxidative stress, and permeability in the gut. Also, talking about the particle matters according to the size and design of the experiment. And here you can see the overview, which was summarized by my former PhD students, Maria Corbush. Here you can see that the most studied size of particle matters which affected the microbiome is particle matters 2.5. And the last study is the nano-size particles matters with the nano size. Okay, so as we understood from the overview, we need more research for the side effects of particle matters. And also probably we have to think from the point of view of the mechanism of this research and the effects, because if we know the mechanism, we can search for the preventive approaches. And here the articles which has been published by my group together with the Professor Andrei Dorofeev, who is a medical doctor and studied for a long time the connection between the inflammatory bowel disease and the microbiota and the epithelial barrier. And in this article published in the Environmental Science and Pollution Research in 2022, we study the patient and also health volunteers from different regions of Ukraine, which we organize according the level of PM. And here you can see that Donetsk, Dnipropetrovsk, Kyiv city is a high polluted area, and the Lugansk, Chernigiv, Sumy, Vinnytsia, Poltava has the lower PM level. Of course, I would like to point it out that these data from 2020, the air pollution number, you saw that in 2025, the picture significantly changed. But if we talk about the effect of PM and air pollutant on the susceptibility to the inflammatory bowel disease and the irritable bowel syndrome. You can see on this picture that the patient with ulcerative colitis, with the highly polluted regions, had a higher level of proteobacteria, included a number of pathogens, E. coli, Salmonella, Helicobacter, and they had low the level of regular on the healthy volunteers, but still then we compare the data from the patient from the highly polluted area with the low polluted area. We can see that more profound changes in the patient from the highly polluted area, and these results also connected with the other annelids such as mucus barrier and so on. Of course, to do research, we have to go out of the clinic and go back to the real research lab. And we collaborated with the Department of Neurochemistry, Paladin Institute of Biochemistry of National Academy of Science of Ukraine, with the group of Professor Borisova. And they develop the methods how to get the water-suspended plastic smoke aerosol with the nanocytes fraction. And we got the grant from the National Foundation of Research to investigate the effect of different types of water-suspended particle matters preparation on the nerve terminals and collar cells, and also on the epithelial barrier. And you can see here the list of the regions of the particles matter, and the different types of methods which we use to study the side effects of these particles matters on the brain nerve terminals and the collar cells, as well as the colon epithelial preparation. And what we found that not all particle matters from different origins have the same effect. We found that particles matter from the polar wood had the most negative effects on the brain nerve terminals, colon preparation, and collar cells. So we moved forward and decided to check these particles matters which we got from the polar wood as well. And in that time, the COVID arrived, and we decided also to use the particle matters from the masks, because in that time we use a lot of medical masks, and we had to dispose of them at it affected our ear as well. And we published together with Dr. Sergeychuk and my former PhD student, Maria Korbush, article in the microbiological journal. There